Good morning. My name is Steve Miller. I'm the AP Human Geography instructor at Summit International Preparatory. Our big question that we're going to answer today is, how do I understand the geographical or spatial idea of diffusion? What is diffusion? And we're going to illustrate diffusion by utilizing an orange of all things. I want everybody to do is everybody close their eyes and put your head on your desk. I'm going to begin to peel an orange. Here's my orange right here. I'm going to walk around the room a little bit. And as I peel the orange, what I would like you to do is, when you smell the orange, I want you to go ahead and say, Mr. Miller, I smell the orange. And stand up. Ready, set, go.
I smell the orange.
Wow, that was fast. Superb. Okay, Andrew was the first. And Andrew was in the middle part of the room. So what is diffusion?
Diffusion is the spread of one thing to other places.
Okay, just like the orange, where we smell the orange from the oils in the orange, the idea of spatial diffusion is spread from one place to another. There's two types of diffusion that we're going to be talked about, and you will be tested on your AP Human Geography exam. One is expansion diffusion, and we just illustrated that a minute ago with an orange. Once we start doing the orange oils expand. The smell of the orange expands throughout the room. The same thing happens with other types of goods and consumer services. Two, we're not going to spend a lot of time on relocation because I want to do this in little chunks. The relocation means what? Can you tell me, Andrew?
Relocation is when one thing moves from one specific place to another specific place.
Exactly. When one thing moves from one place to another. Relocation, just like if we move from town to town. Expansion diffusion can be illustrated by a spread of an idea or an innovation. Idea or innovation. Hierarchical diffusion is the spread of an idea through an established structure. Usually people are areas of power. Hierarchical means what? It means things that happen at the top through the bottom. So it may start at the top of the economic ladder and diffuse itself through the middle rungs and to the bottom rungs of society. An example of hierarchical diffusion is pretty simple and pretty popular, one of which is an iPhone. iPhones, as most new technologies, are diffused hierarchically because they can't, even though they're cheaper nowadays, they may be too expensive for most consumers. At least they are for me. So my point to y'all is that hierarchical diffusion may not be for just anybody. It may be for people that have a higher income set. Remember iPhone for your specific example for your APHG exam. Example number two, and this is kind of morbid, but we'll go with it anyway. AIDS is usually viewed as a hierarchical disease because it's historically distinctive between urban to urban areas. That's how it relocates. It relocates itself from urban to urban areas. And what is the definition of an urban area? Where people are what? Where they're massed what?
They're close together.
Very, very close together. Good job. Example three. The example three is fashion. And on fashion, you look at where the fashion centers are in the United States. You have LA is a fashion hub, New York is a fashion hub, Chicago is a centralized fashion hub, with Dallas-Fort Worth being a centralized hub. Fashion trends tend to move from west to central, from east to central, and then diffuse back out throughout the United States. Just as you may see in London, in Paris, Rome, and also in parts of Spain. Summing up, and this is a real quick lesson, cultural diffusion is accelerated by technologies and globalization. Technologies such as the internet, also iPhones and cellular technology, satellite technology, it makes our world flatter, makes it a world that's flat. Globalization is easily accomplished. Two, diffusion is usually hierarchical in nature. We discussed that earlier. Hierarchical means from top to bottom. Three, diffusion is not a difficult concept to understand. What do? Just remember the orange. What I would like you to do is to get into your seats, and then I want to start a secret. We're going to illustrate what diffusion is really all about. I want you to start a secret. I want you to tell the person next to you, but don't tell anybody else but the person next to you. The whole idea is we start with an idea to see if it actually diffuses throughout your classroom. That's the idea of diffusion, folks. Diffusion is a spread of ideas. It is on your AP exam, and I wish you luck on your AP exam this spring.